broke it.
Technical difficulties. What is going on here?
You broke the stream.
I broke the stream. Oh my god.
That could be it, maybe. Nope.
What was that?
Yeah, it was displaying whatever that was over there. Good job, Danny.
Oh my god. Hang on, guys. We are having some technical difficulties, and I don't know what the heck is going on.
I swear it's whatever you did on the app. Oh, they got somehow changed. Or no, that's the correct one, isn't it?
Okay. And we're back. Oh my god. I don't even know what happened there, dude.
A week away and we already are fucking up.
I'm telling you, dude. Episode 1 all over again.
I blame you. You touched something on your phone, you broke it all.
I don't know what happened, dude. Like, it was working just fine a moment ago. Oh, we got another one for the blooper reel.
Oh, great. I can't wait to put all this together.
That's like 2 minutes of us trying to fix it.
This is worse than you looking for the end stream button.
Oh my god. Don't even mess with me, dude. Anyways, how's it going, guys? Welcome to the Final Flash podcast. My name is Gambit, and as always, I am joined by my co-host,
Emilio,
or Hentai Guy as we've come to know him, and I love to call him that.
As it says the shirt.
Yeah. And mine too, but you have to be really effed in the mind to get the reference.
And if you guys are looking for the guy who does these shirts, I've had a few questions on my TikTok recently.
Nice.
It's Dai Sentai, and they're got an Instagram you can go check out. That'll take you right to their website, and you can check out all the awesome shirts that they have.
Sweet. I'm definitely going to check them out. Alright, so first of all, let's thank Blood by Design for the intro and outro. Thanks, guys.
Love it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so episode 9. Today, when we get to it, we're going to be talking about our top 10 fight scenes in anime.
As long as we don't get sidetracked like we always do.
Oh, yeah. And it's probably bound to happen. Seraph says the stream's lagging a bit. I don't know why. So it says we're running steady. We haven't dropped at all. So maybe on your end? Maybe. It could be on our end, but our stream seems to be running pretty good.
Everybody else, if it's still lagging, let us know, and we will do our best to not try to break the stream.
Yeah.
Knowing us, we will probably break the stream.
Probably. I don't even want to touch it at all. Oh, man. So have you seen anything this week?
I have recently watched Welcome to the Ballroom. I don't know if you've seen that one yet.
I have not.
It was, when Amazon was doing their big anime push thing?
Mm-hmm.
This was one of their exclusives that they did. And it's a 24-episode show. Our main character falls in love with this girl, and he kind of follows her because he's trying to figure out how to talk to her. And he finds her in this like dance studio, and he just becomes encapsulated with like dancing in a competition type style.
Mm-hmm.
So he eventually decides to take it up and learn how to dance, so he could become her dance partner.
Okay.
From there, it's just a whole lot of amazing music and dancing and characters. Something to definitely check out. I don't know how a lot of other people will like it. It's very interesting. They do elongate a lot of the body, too, especially since it's a dancing type anime. And when you're doing competitive dancing, you're very outstretched and prominent. So it's very interesting for the art style in itself.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Carnage says it was a bit, but it seems to be okay now.
Okay, cool. Well, I don't know what happened there, but hopefully
it stays like
again.
that.
Yeah. Hopefully we get no more technical difficulties going on.
I'm telling you, it's just because we broke the stream right at the beginning. That's
Dude,
probably
for real. Anything else you watched?
You know what? I actually just like was screen capping some stuff to like, hey, don't forget about this since we are like 2 weeks from the from the stream.
Right.
Uh, oh yes, here we go. I was actually catching up on Rent a Girlfriend because we are announced for a third season in July of this year.
Nice.
So I've liked the manga for a bit now, and so I've been keeping up with it, and I've decided to really catch up with the anime, and hopefully season 3 will be keep along with the lines of the other 2 seasons that we've got.
Okay.
It's nothing like groundbreaking, and it's gonna only be for like a select audience type thing.
Right.
But Rent a Girlfriend is kind of that comedy romance type show, but it has that old anime style of like we advance like the relationship and then we just suddenly backtrack for no reason whatsoever.
Right.
So that's why I say it's going to be for those few select.
Yeah, I've seen season 1, but I still have not even seen season 2.
Yeah, no, surprisingly we're getting a season 3, and I wasn't sure just based off of the reception that it got recently for recent Mongol. Ooh, there it goes. We've already started recent manga panels, but we'll see how it goes from there on.
Nice. All right. What about you guys watching? Have you seen anything? What have you seen this week if you've seen anything recently? As for me, I haven't really seen anything new aside from the Michelle Magic and Muscles, the last 3 episodes, which they did the episode 6.5, which I don't like.
I hate
when I'm binging because you just wasted what could have been a brand new episode for me.
Yeah, I
just
hate when
recapping.
I hate when they do that every now, like, and it's only recent anime they've done it recently.
Yeah.
They have like this 6.5 episode, which is just a total recap for no reason whatsoever, and it just takes a whole week.
I know, dude. It makes me sad. It upsets me.
I'm just like, just say you're not gonna do a continued episode. We need more time, type of shit, you know?
Right.
I hate it, but I kind of understand where they're coming from. If it's that case, half the time it's just there for the recap view crap.
Right. I've also seen Mob Psycho 100 season 2. I rewatched that one just because I've been meaning to see season 3, and I could not remember what happened in season 2.
I have not watched season 3 yet either, and I hear very good things about it.
It's just a good show, man. I've been hooked ever since season 1 came out.
You remember that show I was talking about though, Rokudo?
Yes.
Yes. So we're
Rokudo Bad Girls, right?
Yes. So it was as I feared. They are definitely they're rushing it to get to the big. I knew that was coming.
Amber Alert.
Amber Alert. We're about to get them on all our phones, even when they're muted. They still go on. But yeah, no, like it was as I feared. They are rushing it past a lot of things to get to like the main arc of the season, which saddens me deeply for an anime, for a manga lover as I was.
Right.
Because like a lot of the good stuff that I liked about the manga are just the small things that they don't have in the anime. And like to get to this big arc, they actually skipped a major plot point for that arc right at the beginning. And I have no idea why they would skip it, but they skipped it around episode 7. You'll notice that they just do an explanation of what happened. And I'm just like, why the fuck did we go past that? That was kind of plot relevant. And I was just like, all right, whatever. But like, for what it is, if you're an anime watcher, I think they're gonna enjoy it if you haven't read the manga. But from what I can tell right now, people, if you're not really enjoying the anime right now, I would recommend going straight to the manga. It has a lot more panels. It explains the characters a bit more. And we also understand how the seal kind of works a bit better. Because, like, in the manga, there's this one scene before we get to the motorcycle arc. And he's like, Rokudo says, I really don't want to get a motorcycle license because motorcycles are scary and dangerous. And you could tell... even though the seal makes her fall in love, she is very saddened and disappointed by this fact, which counteracts what you think the seal would do. So it's very interesting to see, and it shows that the seal isn't absolute. You know,
Right.
it has its restrictions, but we just like totally missed that in the anime.
Okay.
So, but I do recommend giving it a shot in the anime, and if you don't like the anime, I recommend going straight to the manga. Because I highly doubt we're going to get a second season just based off what I'm seeing.
Right.
And it is a very good manga.
Sweet. I still haven't seen it or read, but I do have it on my read list. and it is in my watch list.
Good.
So it's definitely something I want to read because I see the clips, you know, on TikTok or on Facebook, and
Yeah, and like I said,
it does look interesting.
It's still funny and interesting. I hate that we miss those like important character pieces that are in like these smaller bits that we have that are just totally excluded from the anime just to get to like the big battle arc.
Yeah, I mean, but that's kind of normal for anime.
Yeah, no, not that's what we're here. That's what I'm here for, to tell you, hey, we're missing some things, and the manga might be better.
Yep. Record of Ragnarok. We have Record of Ragnarok Season 2, Part 2 coming out this July.
And you know what? I didn't even know that they were splitting this season up.
I didn't
thought
either.
thought this we were all we're going to get for this season. And no, apparently they're splitting it and just decided to tell nobody on their fucking
For real.
Twitter or anybody.
I was surprised because I was waiting for the Season 3 reveal. And
Right.
then I see Season 2, Part 2 reveal. I was like, all right then.
So my only question about the part 2 like reveal is, it just going to be Buddha's fight, or are we going to get Buddha and somebody else's fight? They may just solely just focus on Buddha, which is fine by me as long as that animation is top notch.
Right?
If we're having a break for a part two, then yeah, that animation better be fucking top notch, and we better be having heavy focused if that's all we're doing.
Oh yeah, dude. If you guys have watched it, anyone who's seen Record of Ragnarok, I know they are hyped for Buddha.
Oh yeah, Buddha's
Like the way he just like threw in the towel on the god's side and just like, I'm fighting for the humans.
like, and he doesn't even like. It's so great because Zeus is like, you're fighting next, and he's like, all right.
Bring it on.
And he-
Those auras they give off, dude. Like, I got goosebumps watching that episode.
Dude, I just love it. And he just goes in and literally walks to the other side and is like, I'm fighting for the... I was like, damn. Who's going to tell him no?
Oh, for real, dude. Like, literal goosebumps when I was watching that.
And for
God.
those who are reading the manga, we've gotten the new fight, which is Leonidas versus Apollo. And I cannot wait.
Oh, dude. We're going to see some Spartan kicks for sure.
Oh, I don't doubt. Like, and what's funny is like, it's since Leonidas kind of knows like the modern humanity, like he trains like they get the dumbbells, they hit the fucking weight racks,
Right.
he smokes cigars. Like, I love it. He's like an actual like modern army man, but he's still like a Spartan from back then. I love it. It's so great. I can't wait to see how this fight goes. Especially like they made Apollo the pretty boy too, so
Oh, did they? I
yeah,
have not seen him because I have not read that far into it.
yeah, no. So I can't wait. Again, I don't want to spoil anybody for the fights or what goes on in the past chapters, but I do like to tell you who's going to be fighting, especially since Buddha kind of fucking threw off the whole fight list.
Yeah, oh, for real. So some human is getting kicked off.
They have to at this point. So we do know a few. I do know one of them that's still on it. The philosopher, whatever his fucking name is.
I don't know, man.
I'd have to look it up.
Plato?
No,
Socrates?
I think it was Socrates.
It might be. I don't know.
I'd have to check. I'd have to check it out. But yeah, one of the philosophers, like people were questioning how he's gonna fight. Supposedly, he's fucking dangerous as hell. Like they showed him why he's like wasn't in the first fight, and like why he's saved and reserved, purely reserved. And so like he's still in there, and I'm expected to see him fight. But I'm curious to see who he's gonna fight, because I'm thinking of like which gods do we have left at this
Right.
point.
I mean, we got a ton. But,
Yeah.
like, which major gods? I do not know.
Yeah, no, especially since he's gonna be a big opposition, no doubt. So I'm curious on who we're getting. I know people are excited to see the Swedish sniper hopefully get in a fight because
Yeah.
people are pumped for that. I don't know if you saw like the story of like
Yes,
the
I
Swedish.
have,
Okay,
yeah.
good. You saw all the TikToks. We're there. I got instantly when we were talking about like people on TikTok messaged me. They're like, isn't this one of the people listed in the list of human fighters? I was like, that's him. I was like, they're like, this is real. And I was like, that's a real man.
Yep.
I was like, who would have thought, like, fucking sniping without a scope with iron sights fucking 200 fucking yards
Mm-hmm.
away, just so he doesn't get seen by another sniper.
Oh yeah, dude. So you don't get that sun glare off the scope.
Yep.
And give away his position.
Dude, I love the idea of that, and if he does get to fight, I'm curious what kind of arena they have to do one for him. That's not a
It's
choice.
gonna be like, I don't know, like maybe like a post-apocalyptic like city. So there's like tons of hiding places.
Well, he based off he fought in like snow and ice, so I figure it would have to be something mountain range type.
I mean, it could be like a tundra mountain range.
Yeah, so like I'm curious, and I speculate about that fight a lot.
I don't know, dude. I am just excited, and I can't wait till July.
I love how we're talking about fights, because it's like this episode is like straight up fight scenes that we love. And personally, I got some of my top 10. They're not fights, but they're like battles that take place in the anime world that I really enjoy and like represent the animes really well. So I can't wait to get to that list.
Well, we got a little bit.
Yeah, but for also, just in case, I don't know if anybody knows, Baki Hanma next season has been announced. Let me pull up that date for you. Oh, they did not actually post a date. Or no, sorry. We are 2 months away from season 2 on Netflix for Baki Hanma.
Nice.
So I'm curious to see where we're gonna go with that one, because I'm sure we're getting close to him facing his dad at this point. He's already taken down that American guy in the prison, which was oh yeah, I can't think of his name all of a sudden either.
It's one of those things where it's like, I know you're gonna look to me for the answer when you don't have it.
Yeah.
And that just like puts me on the spot and I forget it.
It's just I'm horrible with names. Like no jokes. I ran into someone who I played Digimon on Sundays at the card shop, and he's like, Emilio, and I was like, I have no idea who the fuck you are. And he's like, it's me from Digimon, and I'm like, oh, I have no idea.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, no, I'm horrible with names, and like if I don't write it down or if I'm not looking at it, I will never. Especially if I'm put on the spot. That's like I fear quiz shows, because I'm like, if me and you go to an anime quiz show, we will know the answers, but we won't know the answer.
Oh yeah, I'll forget. I'll be out in round 1. Who was the main protagonist of Dragon Ball Z? Him.
Goten. We were looking for Goku. Fuck.
Oh, dude. You know, speaking of Baki, I cannot find Baki the Grappler. You know,
That was my main
so
problem.
hard to find it.
What pisses me off is that I didn't know that there was the seasons of Baki Hanma and what was it? I think it was just straight Baki that we got on Netflix are a continuation of the original anime. And I didn't know that. Like, I thought I was just fucking like missing something, you know? But no, there's apparently a first season, original season, Baki Hanma the Grappler, and like totally can't find it anywhere.
I saw it only once, a very long time ago. Cannot find it anywhere else. I cannot find it. It's pissing me off.
Like, I've searched all the main websites. I've tried to like purchase it legally. You cannot find this shit.
Nope. I came across it once.
And it's old too. What is it? 80s?
Something like that.
It has to be, because it looks like Akira type, like art style. So I would assume around that time.
Yeah. Man, I want to say 2016, 2015. I was on Amazon, and there was a copy. I don't know whether it was real or not, but they were charging $400 for it.
I don't doubt it.
And I wasn't paying that. I probably didn't have that to pay at the time, so I definitely wasn't buying it.
Yeah, no, like it's one of those like rare ones that you just can't find anywhere, and I'm just surprised that you can't, with as popular as the show is on Netflix.
Right? Like, why is Netflix not trying to buy the right so that they can stream it?
Especially since it's a continuation,
Right?
you know, and it's very like plot relevant. Like the stuff that I've seen of clips and shit that I am able to find, like there are major plot points to why Baki's doing this.
Yeah. Oh, there definitely is. And there are some awesome fights throughout the entire Baki the
Well,
Grappler
all the
series.
fucking main characters that we see, like, that team up or he fights again, or who fight the prisoners, he fought them all, and they all have very relevant plot to the whole fucking story.
A lot of these guys are just reprising their roles from the first season.
Yeah.
And so that's what it irritates because I want to go back and see it because I haven't seen it in forever.
Right?
I cannot find it.
It is impossible as far as I'm aware.
It was like Hajime no Ippo, the first season.
You could not find Hajime for like the first season for a long time. Finally, Crunchyroll got the rights to it.
Yeah.
I'm like hoping Netflix fucking kicks it into gear and being like, we should probably grab this. Mm-hmm. But I don't think they want to pay for it.
I don't know, dude.
And fuck you, Netflix, and your password sharing bullshit. They have enacted it now, right?
Did they?
They have enacted it. So if nobody in your household, just this warning for everybody, if nobody in your household is on Netflix and they're using it outside of your IP address, you're going to be charged $7.99 a month for that extra login. So if you got somebody in your family or anything right now, kick them off.
Or pay it.
Or pay it. I'm not paying.
If you want to.
I ain't paying that. That's a whole subscription to something else.
Dude, for real. I cannot.
Not even a little bit.
That is expensive. Like, ridiculously expensive.
Like, I would understand, like, a $2-3... Like, no, we're going a whole $8 just for an ad, like...
You might as well open your own account.
Right?
Why would you not open your own account?
It's so ridiculous. And I'm just like, why would I pay for half the subscription that I'm using now for this bullshit?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it's insane because they keep raising the prices on Netflix anyways.
Right.
And then they're going to be like, well, since you're password sharing, we're just going to stop that. And I'm just like, I mean, you'll just lose more money more than anything, but
Yeah,
okay.
for real.
I'm like, because I don't think anybody's going to subscribe to that.
Real quick, whoever's watching, how's the stream going right now? Because I'm catching my bit rate, and it looks like it's dropping at certain points, and I have no clue why.
Looking off to my screen over here on the side, it is slightly choppy.
I do not know why that's happening, but I apologize, guys. We're going to try and get that fixed however we can while we are doing the episode, but let's see. It's just like plummeting at the moment. Okay. Anyways, moving on. Let's continue anyways. You want to just jump into it?
Yeah, I mean, we're about 30 minutes in.
Yeah, let's jump into it. Alright, so this is our top 10 fights. We did it 5 and 5 because we know each other and we know we go off topic a lot. We will talk and we will not get through the full list of his 10 and my 10 if we do it that way.
Oh no, you guys know us. We get sidetracked too easily.
Oh yeah. So it's 10, but it's going to be 5 and 5. We're going to keep it even. I'm going to start it off, and I am going to go with season 2 of Demon Slayer. Specifically, the main fight. Now, in this scene, we have Tengen versus what's his name? Gyutaro.
Yeah.
Gyutaro and versus Tengen. Amazing fight. The studio they're with. Crap, what is the name? I'm forgetting.
I don't know the studio.
I forget, but it's the top. It's one of the top studios. So the animation is always crisp. The animation is beautiful.
I think like one of my main compliments for like this studio and like specifically these fight scenes we get for Demon Slayer, like I think the best representation is when Tengen is fighting what is his name?
Gyutaro.
Yeah. As like in the manga, they explain how Tengen like breathing works and how he sees the sound and he uses that to counteract and they explain it like with text all in the manga. The anime was like, fuck that, visualize it, let's put it on a screen and show them how it works. And I love every second of it.
Oh yeah, dude. Like, it is beautifully done. This studio, I can't remember the name, but they do more animes that I absolutely love. they are so crisp with the animation. Like, it is beautiful.
They do an excellent job, and like certain scenes, like in the manga, that I think like season 3, like I saw on Twitter, was how some movements that the characters do seem like it's all one movement, and like it kind of is weird when you're looking at it. But in the animation, it clears it up much more. While the movement is fast, it is individually done, and like I love it. It's so great, and I think that they really found their stride here with these fights in particular, because we got to see like the best of everybody.
Right.
We got to see the sound breathing, the sun breathing, and thunder breathing, and the beast breathing.
Yep.
At their like best, excellent forms.
Oh yeah, dude. And it's insane, the fight scene, because I mean, it takes place over the course of like the last five episodes?
5 episodes, I believe.
Yeah. So it's a long fight, and it's well drawn out. Like, they don't waste time with too much dialogue. They keep it like almost true to the manga.
Yeah, no, and it excellently paces itself out. And like the moment that they take to think from our main characters, they're thinking, and we see that, but the second it goes wrong, like their thought process even gets interrupted.
Oh yeah. And I mean, everybody got some time to shine in this episode. You had Nezuko, who went through her transformation.
Oh yeah, we got the full beast, full demon form of Nezuko.
Yeah, with the horn and everything.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
I fucking love the design that they went with that. And they went like full demonic, like demon horn type style.
Oh yeah.
And it was just so true.
Dude, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Not only that, we had what's his name? Lightning breather.
Zenitsu?
Yeah, Zenitsu. We had him finally shine. He's shown a few times, but in this season he shines. Like, he's asleep the entire time, and he is just kicking ass.
And what's funny is like even towards the end, like I'm not even convinced he's fully asleep. Like when he's like going to use his thunderclap flash, like Godspeed. Like he's slightly, I feel like he's slightly awake because he knows if I don't cut her at this point, that's it.
Yeah, like this is your one shot. You need to do this, or it's not happening.
And I fucking love Inosuke through this entire arc,
dude. For real,
it's the most time we also get without his mask. But like in this fight, he shows like why he's such a like crazy fighter.
Right.
Like he's stabbed and he's like, you don't think I can move my organs around?
Oh, dude, when he's climbing through the tiny little demon hole, he's like, this would be okay. This would be a bad problem for a normal person, but I can break all my bones.
He's just like dislocates his shoulders.
Both his shoulders, and just worms his way into the demon's lair.
I love Inosuke with like so much passion.
Dude, he is me in high school. He is high school me.
He just says, fuck it, I'm gonna do it somehow.
Yep, he's gonna get it done. Doesn't matter what it takes. He's gotta break a bone, he's gotta dislocate a shoulder, he's gonna get it done.
I also feel bad for like Zenitsu this arc, because he was just like he was like the ugliest girl.
Oh yeah, dude.
And he's just over there or angrily playing I don't think it's guitar, it's a sitar or something like that.
It's something like that, yeah.
He's just so angrily playing.
Yeah, this was beautiful. If you haven't seen Demon Slayer at all, whether season 1, 2, or 3, you should definitely check out the series. It is packed full of action, and I know some of my buddies, especially Seraph, he's more of the mindset that this is geared towards like little kids.
Oh,
but most definitely not. Like, I think I know his children are interested in it. Some of them watch it, but this is most definitely like a show geared for like adults.
Yeah,
there's tons of blood, tons of action. Not too many adult themes, so it is kid friendly if you don't care about your kids seeing blood.
Well, while being like gory in a sense, it's very kid friendly. Like, there's not too much like horniness unless you're like some people I know who just hate characters like Sanji or Zenitsu just because of the way they like hit on women and stuff. I mean, but that's nothing compared to like straight up just like full on like panty shots and stuff like that. There was literally in season 3 a hot spring scene, and like where most people would like do like the weird what is it incest thing with like the brother sister. It was literally like a second and then it was done.
Yeah.
So it's very friendly.
It's very much kid friendly, but if you don't like your children seeing gore or demons' heads being chopped off or humans dying,
no, it's
just fair warning for that.
it is some nightmare fuel to some.
Yeah. Okay. And you had a fight which was Ice Shield.
Yes, the Devil Bats versus I'm going to call them the Dragons because that's technically what it is in English. I think, this is a sports anime and it's American football. I think everything we've been building up has been leading to this moment right here. Like, it encapsulates everything that I love about this anime and why I cannot recommend any more sports anime like highly enough besides this one right here.
Oh yeah.
I know it took me a lot to get you to watch it, and it took me a lot to try to get other people to watch it.
Dude. I hate watching sports in real life, but watching it in anime form is completely different. Like, this is all about entertainment, which, and I guess you could argue the fact if you're a sports person that sports is also for the entertainment, but I get so bored watching real life people just like play the sport. I don't mind if I play it.
Right.
Like, it's fun when you play, but I don't like to watch other people.
Like, the reason I like the anime sports and not like real life sports, it's like there's no connection really there for me.
Yeah.
Or anything like that. I like to feel like something like when I'm watching something entertaining like that. But when I'm watching sports, it's just like, eh.
Right? Like, you never get any, like, character background unless you got a football player dog fighting and getting in trouble for it, or beating their girlfriend.
I mean, isn't that why everybody watches hockey? Just for people to just throw fists at each other?
Basically.
But no, like, everything, like, I love about, like, story-wise about this, because iShield is definitely one of my, like, this is character building. This is, like, zero to hero. Like, then, like, once we finally rise to the top, like, there's still more things we can do to be better.
Yeah.
And, like, Hiruma is just, like, the best, like, leader I've seen in an anime in a while. And, like, he doesn't even tell his own people what he's got planned until the very last second, if he can help it. And he's so devious with his planning, even if it means just screwing everybody else over with it. And I love it. And, like, everything about that. And then, not even at that, the character we've been waiting to see if we were was gonna play on the team. I always forget his name, but I always remember Hiruma always called him Baldini. We finally get to see him play in this, and like he's just a heavy hitter that they didn't expect.
Seraph says, I wasn't saying Demon Slayer was aimed at kids, I was saying mine loved to watch it. Okay, well then, excuse me, mister. Also, that's a late comment, or we are lagging really hard. I cannot tell.
We must be really behind, but I know...
Yeah. Sorry if we're lagging, guys. I cannot help it. I do not know why. Aside from the bad weather we're having right now, I don't know why my internet is fluctuating like this.
It's just insane.
It really is.
But, like, as you can attest, iShield is just so fun.
Oh, dude, it definitely is.
Like, and I think in, like, this particular... And this is, like, season, 5? Like... Technically, when we get to this one?
Yeah, because it's nearing the end of the anime series.
Like, this is, like, where everybody gets a moment to shine. The Haha brothers, fucking Kurita, fucking the 60-yard Magnum fucking kicker. Fucking Senna. What is his name? I know Hiruma just calls him Monkey.
I don't know. I know who you're talking about. I know is like the short, like wiry.
He's the receiver.
Yeah, he's basically like the Inosuke.
Monta.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Is it?
Yeah, it has to be Monta.
It probably is. I can't. It's been a while.
But yeah, no. Everybody gets their moment to shine in this. We're really behind because look at that. All good. But yeah, everybody gets their moment to shine in this battle, and that's what I love. And like. Every like when I see a fight scene, I love to see like all the characters, if it's a big fight, get their moment.
Oh yeah,
and like advance further beyond than what they were
That's also what I loved about Demon Slayer Season 2, that fight. Everybody got a chance to shine. It was beautiful. It doesn't matter if it was Inosuke, Tanjiro, Zenitsu, Tengen, or Nezuko. Everybody got their chance. There was equal screen time.
Yeah, no, that's why I had, even though it's not like our typical fight scene or top 10 anime, like full on fist fights, I consider this one highly like recommended and regarded, even though it's not your typical, but it's still, it has everything that a fight scene would be.
Right.
Intensity, building, going past what our limits are, and everything about all anime wise.
Yeah. My next one, to nobody's surprise if you know me at all, is Goku versus Jiren of Dragon Ball Super. Now this scene, especially the part where he first hits Ultra Instinct, even though it's imperfect, it is beautiful. This is another one, I got chills everywhere when it happened, as it was happening.
You know, we can't do this list without having this fight on there, because you want to know why? It literally broke the internet.
It broke the internet, dude.
That's
I
not
was
even
so mad.
It's not even an exaggeration. It broke the internet. You could not watch it the second it came out.
Crunchyroll servers were like down, dude.
Not even just Crunchyroll, Funimation,
everything was down.
like
You could
even,
not log in.
Even the totally legal sites down.
Like everything was crashed. It was insane how much attention this got, which I'm thinking is going to be the same way when we get to Luffy versus Kaido.
The internet's not going to be able to handle it.
Dude, it's not. Like anime watchers are devoted.
We
break the internet constantly. You hear like influencers and people say they broke the internet, which they really didn't. Anime fights, depending on the one, break the internet for real.
I heard like Demon Slayer even had a moment where they went down for a bit because of how quickly people were going into that last season 2 fight.
Yeah.
Because they were so pumped for it. But luckily Crunchyroll was like, no, we've been through this before. We have the technology.
You know, add more servers or maintenance them better when these big fights come out, because I hate having the site crash on me.
Seraph says Goku versus Jiren is amazing.
It is amazing. Whether it's the one-on-one or the Goku and Frieza versus Jiren moment we get where they're fighting together.
Oh my god.
It's just pure excitement from start to finish.
Like everything about this too, and like Jiren just like happened to make the biggest mistake. Is like, if you're not going to take this seriously, I'll just take everybody else out. Like, and that was it. That's where I'm like, yep, this is going to be bad.
Oh yeah. See, Seraph also says one of his favorites was Ichigo versus Byakuya. That is a great scene.
I love that fight, and it because that's when we first get Ichigo's Bankai, right?
That's
if you're talking about like the one where
they're like their first encounter.
Yeah,
yeah, like when he first goes to the what is it, Spirit World? Is that what they call it? I can't remember.
I believe it's the Spirit World.
I think it is too. I don't want to be mixing up my animes.
We could be, but that's all right.
Anyways, when he first gets there to the Spirit World.
Soul Society.
Yeah. Thank you.
I caught it. I was like thinking about it. I was like, no, I know that's not right, but I'm going to tell him.
It wasn't sounding right to me.
I had to say it with confidence, though. We can't look like idiots here.
Oh, yeah. But when he first does his Senbon Zakura.
Yes.
And, like, the swords just wall up on either side of each.
Dude, I was just like, oh, this is... What the fuck is going to happen? And then just all of a sudden you see the Sakura petals start falling. And you're like, oh, this is bad.
But you got Ichigo, like, all geared out. And that's probably one of my favorite outfits from the entire series for Ichigo. Like, he's got this one, like, armor piece.
Yeah.
And it's like a wing. And then he's got his sword. Dude, it was just insane. I know that was one of the few moments... back when I was younger and watching anime, like that was one of the few moments that got me.
And
like,
what I love about right before that fight, he goes and saves when he saves Rukia. He literally just picks her up and then tosses.
Yep. She's like, oh,
just gone.
Like, get out of the way. The men are about to fight. Oh man, I do love it.
Because, like, let's be honest, he could have just taken her and ran. He's just like, no, we're fighting.
Oh, yeah, we're fighting. I trained for this. It's not going to waste. Oh, man. But, yeah, I loved Goku versus Jiren. Every moment of that fight.
Dude, like, even when Goku and Frieza team up, I love it because, like, they're both, like, down and out. And like even at the end, you could see Goku and Frieza trying to at least go to another form just to blast him, so that he doesn't get another chance.
I love when he's like, "You remember your promise to me, right?" It's like, "Yes, yes." It's like, "All right, if I die."
It's what makes me mad too. It's like they're such great enemies, but if they worked together, they would just be the most unstoppable force ever.
Oh yeah. I mean, throw Vegeta in there or Broly, and you just have like a powerhouse team. And I'm pretty sure they could take down any god at that point.
Right?
As far as Zeno goes, I don't know.
No,
He's pretty powerful.
I mean, he just snapped his fingers and the whole universe was gone.
But as far as any god of destruction, I'm pretty sure that team could just body any one of them without a problem.
I love it.
Yep. All right. And then we got our next fight.
Now, this one was my choice, and like I was thinking about JoJo fights, and there are so many, and like I was thinking, you know, I should go funny and just go like Jotaro versus Steely Dan, because you know that whole fucking encounter was just hilarious. Because every time Steely Dan made him do something stupid, like create a bridge for him to walk on top of Jotaro and shit, like literally Jotaro had a notebook and was like, I got you. He's like, what are you doing? Writing a receipt. He literally says, writing down everything you make me do. And then literally after he punches him, literally throws the fucking paper at him and says, here's your receipt. But no, I had to go with what I thought was like the most like, it had you on edge the entire time, which was definitely Jotaro and Koichi versus Kira.
Yeah.
Like, just when they're like facing sheer heart attack and before Kira gets there, that whole lead up and even into that moment, you had to be sitting on the edge because you didn't know what was going to happen at that point. They'll kill characters.
They'll kill the killers.
They'll kill characters. You know they will.
Oh yeah.
They fucking did Avdol dirty. They killed him twice.
My God. Speaking of that, I had a hard time choosing, but since you had already put JoJo on here, specifically this one, which is what Diamond is Unbreakable.
Diamond is Unbreakable.
I wanted to talk about Stardust Crusaders.
I figured you would too,
because it was so beautiful, dude. Like the entire scene, like you have heartbreak for certain scenes. Not gonna ruin it for those who haven't seen, but certain characters die, and it messes you up for a moment.
Yeah, no, I tried to do the least spoiler thing, and that's why I thought this one was perfect. Because everything about this fight shows you like each of their strengths. Why Jotaro like is more knowledgeable than he was when he first fought like Dio, you know?
Yeah.
He was coaching Koichi how to fight and what to do and what not to do, even though Koichi didn't listen. But like even at that, we had evolutions of stands and like how they work and shit. I think the greatest moment from this fight is when he grabs Kira and looks at his watch and he's like, "That's a nice watch. Too bad it's gonna look ugly after you're done." Not by that. When I punch your face in, and then literally goes back and he's like, "You know what? Actually, this is a fucking ugly watch, but don't worry, you're not gonna see it anymore after I punch your face in." Like I love it. It like it's literally a race against time the entire time too.
Oh yeah.
They're having to stall in hopes that Josuke and whatever his fucking name is, I suddenly had it and then lost it, just for those two to get there in enough time to like see Kira and hopefully, because nobody knows who he is at this point, and this is the first encounter they've had with him.
Yeah, this is the first major encounter.
Yeah, the first major encounter. I love everything about this fight. It's everything that makes JoJo what it is, and we have excellent stand abilities, excellent character building for all sides, and just all around a great fight and a great main villain. But while Dio is strong, I do think Kira is like one of the stronger villains that we had, you know.
I could definitely see it, yeah.
For the JoJo verse.
I mean, I don't know, man. Diavolo was pretty good too.
Diavolo was just a menace.
All villains from JoJo are just like top tier. All main villains are always top tier.
Like it was like for me, it's always either between Kira, Dio, or Pucci. Those three are just like all around like devious in their own ways, and I think they're more like. The thing about Diavolo, he had an army to back him up.
Yeah.
While these three were like, I don't really have much, but I can force people to do what I want, and
Yeah,
then
basically. Oh, dude. Yeah, that was great, though. All right, next for my choice, you know I got to hit you with the One Piece because we always have our weekly dose of One Piece on this show.
we have to say something about One Piece at least once.
Yeah, we do it all the time, but it's just that great of a show. If you haven't watched it, start because you have no reason not to.
And we didn't do anything past Dressrosa, just for the fact that we do have some people who have not gotten past this part so far.
Yes, so and keeping in mind with that, I chose this fight, which is the main fight of Dressrosa. We got Luffy versus Doflamingo. This is an amazing fight. We see Luffy's Gear 4th, I think, for the first time.
Gear 4.
For the first time, we see it up against Doflamingo.
Gear 4 Balloon Man, specifically.
And which is his form right there on screen, if you can see. Which you should be able to. But this entire fight, the whole build-up, everything was worth it.
Oh, I loved
from Luffy blocking his kick from stepping on Law's face to the very end. Everything was worth it.
And even at that, we got the bird cage closing in and all this shit. And it's definitely one of those fights where Doflamingo was like, I'm unbeatable. There's no way you're gonna be able to stop me. And where Luffy's like, hold my fucking beer for a second.
He's like, hold my beer. Oh, dude. Never underestimate Luffy. In fact, I think with Gear 5, I know some about it. I'm not going to ruin too much because I myself haven't even gotten that far yet. But Luffy Gear 5, I truly believe from everything I read about how powerful it is as Joy Boy, I believe he can solo anyone in the anime universe.
That's if he can master it.
If he can master it, yeah.
Because as far as Luffy we've known, even before the 2-year time skip, everything that he had already Gear 2 and 3. He didn't learn those on the spot. At some point he was learning how to use them, and because even at that Gear 3 had its drawbacks, so he didn't. We know for a fact he was at least training those at some point during the ship.
Yeah.
And then even after the 2-year time skip, when we got Gear 4 and Snake Man, we know he was at least using those and training with those. Well, we know from Gear 5, he acquired it then and there.
Oh, yeah.
So it's one of the first abilities he just learned, and we physically get to see him just learn it.
Yeah, this is going to be one of those moments when you see it in the anime. That's going to be the equivalent of Goku going Ultra Instinct for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
People are going to go wild. They're going to go insane. He's going to be plastered everywhere, just like he was when you got your first glimpse of Joy Boy.
Also, fun fact, what is it, CW or WB? What is it?
Oh, WB.
WB actually co-animated for that episode.
Yeah, they actually did.
So expect all that funness.
Right? This has people saying that Luffy now technically has Toon Force.
Technically, I mean, CW Bev or what? Yeah, WB technically says he has Toon Force now.
Yep. So look out, guys. Look out, Anime Universe, because Luffy is about to solo anyone who gets in his way. You better be friend, because if you're foe, you're gonna get flattened. All right, now let's move on. This was also another choice of yours.
It's funny because I always like to go for the most unorthodox type of list when I go for something, just because I'm like, what would other people like to see, and maybe not who are big shonen type of guys like you and me. And Food Wars, who doesn't love food?
Dude.
When you watch an anime, you see some of that food and you're just like, I want some of that.
Always looks good, but I know my palate is too immature to enjoy it.
You know what? That's so sad.
I still push away broccoli.
I watch Hell's Kitchen and I'm just like, man, that looks fucking delicious. But god damn it, I'd piss them off because I'd be like, can I have this instead?
Can I have chicken nuggets at a 5-star restaurant? Yeah. Can I have chicken nuggets?
Or be like every other person. Can I get the chicken strip? When in doubt, get the chicken strips. Everybody has them.
No matter where you go. If they got chicken strips and you're not sure what you want on the menu, you're getting the chicken
You're getting the chicken strips.
That's a safe choice. And if they don't have it, my second safe option is just the burger.
Always the burger.
If you ruin a burger, you need to be shut down immediately.
But this is actually towards the end of like.
Is it like season 3?
I think
Or
it's
is it
technically.
4?
I think it's 4 technically.
Might be.
Because this is right before the actual final season, which I know is 5, I believe. So like, this is where this like fight right here, because in Food Wars they have what is it called? Gonna forget the name of what they call the matches now.
It's been a while, dude. Don't even look to me.
I was about to say Shingoku's, but I don't believe that's correct.
Probably not.
But either way, they have these fights where these judges taste their food and decides who wins this battle. And depending on what you offered for the if you lost or if you won, is how these fights continue. And at this point in the anime, they're fighting for their life in school and how they want to learn to make food, because basically we got a dictator saying you can only make one type of meal, and that's meals that I approve. And here's like these lists that you can do and nothing else.
Yep.
And so like at this moment they're like they've taken down all his friends, everybody's been defeated, and they're the last. These two are the last standing. You got Erina going against her father, and you got Soma assisting her, and then you got the two top people here at the school going against them.
Yeah.
So it's an uphill battle from the start. And even at that, like one of the main judges is Erina's father, who is the dictator of the school right now. And so they have to even make him admit that their food is better. And like everything I love about this fight is like the uphill battle, the character building that they're going through at this time. Because like you think Soma is like just gonna bow down and do the appetizer right. And he just says, "Nah, fuck that. Time to do me." And then he just says, "Erina, assist me." Like literally she's the main course and he's like, "Assist me."
Oh, for real, dude.
I loved it so much. And then like even at that, like after her father tastes it and he's gonna say it's bad and whatnot, that it's the worst food, like fucking all of a sudden you hear the first opening theme start playing and slowly building, and like his gifting like fucking making other people's clothes rip off.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's so wonderful. It's just an art in itself. By the way, do not let your children watch this one.
Yeah, this one, even though it's about food, you would think it's family friendly.
It is not.
It's not. So in this one, if the food tastes absolutely amazing, the sensation is so great that your clothes literally burst off of your body.
Yeah. And like you would think like this was like just a design choice for the manga, just to show how good the food is. No, this is an actual thing. Their fucking clothes rip off.
Yeah, their clothes will rip off. Now, they don't show anything, but they show enough to make it not so family friendly.
Yeah, no, there's underwear, suggestive underwear, and like even like guys with just straight Speedos and shit. Like there is no question on what you're gonna see there.
Yeah, I wouldn't let my little kids watch it if I had kids.
Yeah.
I don't, but if I did.
I'm just saying, if you live with somebody, like this is gonna be one of those animes where they come through the door and I'll be like, "What the fuck are you watching?" Because it's gonna be on the scene when their clothes rip off. That's when they're gonna walk in. Not any time where it's normal.
Yep. Yeah. So if you see kids watching it, especially you, Seraph, if they happen to be watching it, it may look innocent if you're just watching them cook food, but there is a whole nother dirty side to that show. And it's not exactly ecchi. It's not supposed to be like dirty, but it's just...
It's very suggestive.
Yeah. I would say it's too suggestive, especially for the kids he has his age.
Yeah, no doubt. Because like clothes burst off, and then even at that, there's like moaning noises and shit too. So that gives you the perfect idea of what you're working with.
Yep. All right, moving along, we have Mob Psycho 100 season 2 to be specific. We got Mob, of course, the young kid right here in the high school jacket, or middle school jacket, sorry, versus Toichiro, which is the head of the huge claw organization, basically terrorists with Esper powers. Basically, if you haven't seen the show, it revolves around psychics, which is what Mob is, the main character.
Also the same creator of One Punch Man.
Yep. Which is funny because the animation style is almost exactly the same, but the stories could not be further. Like, this takes itself so much more seriously as a story than One Punch Man does.
Like, what's also funny is like they got a professional when they redid One Punch Man for the manga, and for like Mob, they were just like, "Nah, we're not even gonna touch it. It's perfect."
You will love the animation. I mean, these scenes right here are fairly decent, but if you're just like watching like the normal run of the show, like the animation is hilarious.
Yeah, the characters look awkward, but it's meant to look awkward, and it's like Mob is just trying to be this ordinary guy. And, like, I think the best representation of, like, Mob as a character, like, the first episode, there's this whole occult club, and you would think Mob's eventually going to get roped in and join the occult club, and just 360s you and is like, nope, he joins a fitness club.
Yeah. And we're like some big muscular guys, and he's a scrawny kid.
They are the best of friends, though, because goddamn it, they like cheer him on when they finish their run. They go run with him.
Yep.
Like, tell me that's not like the best workout buddies ever.
Yep. They catch guys trying to bully him, and they start to beat the crap out of him. Like, bully us.
And then, like, even if he's, like, just a half second faster on his runs, they make a big deal out of it, throw him in the air and everything. Like, I fucking love those guys.
Why aren't you like that? Where are my friends that hype me up for the smallest achievement?
You know me. I'm gonna fuck with you.
Like, I need friends like that. My circle sucks.
I think your boss bullies you, too.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. But yeah, it's a beautiful scene.
But, like, this whole fight is, like, where the two strongest espers are finally go at it. And we get some relative, like, discrepancy on how strong. Like, we haven't seen how strong Mob is.
Yeah.
But we get an idea of how strong he can be in this fight. And it's just insane. The camera angles, the movement.
Yeah.
Like, they went all out for this.
Everything about this
fight.
Like,
the animation was good, but for this fight, they specifically went all out for it. And, like, where Mob is trying to be, like, this normal guy, what is his name? Our main bad guy right here is just, like... Torichiro. Yeah, he doesn't want to be that. He wants to be the monster. And his psychic powers make him into a monster. So it's insane to see and how it works.
Yeah, it's definitely a beautiful fight. That's why I had to include it in the top 10 fights. Like, it definitely deserves a spot. And I feel like Mob Psycho, just as a whole, gets overlooked way too much.
Oh, by the way, Demon School, Inumukun, finally got an English translation for the manga.
Yep.
So for people who are looking at, go to your Barnes and Nobles, Bookwalker, any other place that you can buy manga and get you that copy. Let them know we want this manga.
Yep.
We want it now. We should have got it 4 years ago, but we want it now.
Right? We're already like coming up on season 4 of Welcome to Demon School, and they're just now serializing it in English and releasing it.
I'm so mad. Crazy. Like, there's a whole box set that they have in Japan, and I would love to have that box set.
Yeah, and we're barely getting volume 1.
I know.
They're already in box set territory, and we're barely getting like book 1.
Yep.
It makes no sense to me, but I'm glad we got it.
But yeah, people, go out there, buy that, watch the anime, because it's so good too. Get on that. Iruma-kun is so undervalued, and
it really is.
I need more people on it.
All right, this next one is your choice, and I love this one as well.
Hey, Seraph, you better love this choice too, because this was the fight.
Oh yeah, I do. This was one of my favorite fights from those earlier seasons. Like, and Kenpachi is just always looking for the strongest, so the fact that he was seeking out Ichigo just because he could sense his fighting aura was completely insane.
And, like, we get a real good, like, I know we've seen it before, but we get a real good look at spiritual pressure in this fight when we start to understand it a bit more. Like, I love... Kenny! I love it, too, because, like, people always forget when they're talking about, like, fight scenes, like, with anime characters, and they're like, well, what about Ichigo? I'm like, yeah, do they have any spiritual pressure? Because if not, they can't hurt Ichigo, technically. Yeah. Your spiritual pressure has to be equal or be greater than the opponent that you're fighting.
Yeah.
Which is one of the, this is, like, great, like, power scaling, too, because it's so insane. Because Kenpachi's the only character, and is a captain at that, that doesn't know his Zanpakuto's name.
Mm-hmm.
He's literally just fighting off of his own spiritual pressure. That is how strong he is.
Yep.
And like even at that, other captains have said Kenpachi's only the lowest captain due to the fact that he doesn't know his Zanpakuto's name. But he is much stronger than most other captains.
Oh yeah, dude. Literally gives himself a handicap by having most of his power being sucked away by his eye patch.
Exactly.
Yeah, and once he takes that off, and he does like what 2-3 times throughout the series.
Yeah,
before we hit the 1,000-Year Blood War.
Like I think even when he fought one of the Arrancar in Espada, like he didn't even take off his eye patch in one of those fights. He was just like, "This is too easy."
Yeah, this dude is sheer power without having to use his Bankai. His sword is basically just a tool for him to hit back.
Yeah, no, he is truly a monster. And like I've said, if other captains have said, if he had known his Zanpakuto's name and could use Bankai, he would probably be number one.
Oh yeah, I have no doubt. He'd probably retire. What's his name? Gen Ryusai, and he would probably be head of the 12 court guard.
I don't know if most people know this, but actually Kenpachi is not his actual name. Kenpachi is a title.
It is a title of the strongest.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So I won't tell you who's the strongest. I don't want to spoil anybody who hasn't watched 1,000-Year Blood War. But just know, currently there is a captain who held the title of Kenpachi before him.
Yep.
But like, I love this fight in every sense because we get an idea of spiritual pressure. We get an idea of how strong the captains are. Even though Kenpachi's the lowest, he's definitely not the weakest of the captains.
Oh no, not at all.
But like, we get an understanding of like, hey, you know, if this is like number 12, like, what are the other ones gonna be like? Who can use a Zanpakuto?
Yeah. And we got Sarah saying he needs to catch up on it. I don't think he started the 1,000-Year Blood War.
Yeah.
I haven't because I've been waiting. I wanted to finish all because I hate cliffhangers.
I believe we are getting the next season either at the end of this year or the start of next year.
Oh yeah, it's already been announced, and
yeah.
I forget myself.
Yeah,
But
I'd have to go look it up again.
Mm-hmm.
But also, like, what's great about this fight is like Kenpachi's also trying to help him be a better fighter. He's like, you don't even understand how this works here. This is what you need, like, and this is like the main catalyst of like all fights for future Bleach episodes, because now we understand how the rest of this arc is going to go. Because this fight was fairly early on.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, this was still either before or right after he fought Byakuya.
This was before he fought Byakuya, because after he fought Byakuya, he went straight into like they found him and put him straight into the infirmary, because they had to they were like, you're gonna have to learn Bankai if you want to face him. Yeah, because was it before? Yeah, so yeah, it was before. So yeah, this was because this was the first major fight of the season, this current season, because this was also where everybody else was getting their ass kicked throughout the like they were totally overwhelmed by the time they got there. This was like showing you how strong this whole fucking Soul Society was and their captains, and I thought this was like the perfect representation for it.
Oh, it definitely is, dude.
Yeah, no, I loved everything about this.
We're talking about iconic fights from Bleach. This is definitely one of them,
dude. And like the second he takes off that eye patch for the first time, and you just see this giant,
the explosion and everything.
Yeah,
just spiritual pressure just going haywire, dude.
Yeah, I love everything about this. I want to talk about the 1,000-Year Blood War because like you may not have noticed it, but they had given a lot of like. I don't know whether he knew he was going to get as far as he did for this series. There were hints given here for certain elements for 1,000-Year Blood War, and we just never knew about it. So, catch up, everybody.
Yeah. He says, spoiler alert.
I didn't spoil nothing about the 1,000-Year Blood War. I made sure of that.
If you haven't seen this episode, like that early on, that's your fault. It is old as fuck. Oh man. Okay. Now, this has to be one of my favorite fights in recent times.
Oh, dude. We're on a 30-second delay. Good to know.
Yeah, very good to know. This is Adam versus Zeus. It's Zeus, but it's technically God. He is God because he created Adam and Eve, even though it's Zeus. They refer to God as Zeus in this series. Record of Ragnarok, once again. But this entire fight was absolutely beautiful.
I was curious as to which one you were going to go for, too, because...
There was so
if
many.
there was any good choice, like, you got Adam versus Zeus, you have the Samurai versus Poseidon, and then I think the next... Like, my second favorite fight is definitely Hercules versus
Jack the Ripper.
Jack the Ripper.
That was definitely...
I love that fight so much.
And I was throwing those around. I was like, Hercules and Jack the Ripper or Adam and Zeus. I was trying to figure out which one I'd want to talk about more. But I just love this entire like little subplot between them two. Like the fact that when Eve got kicked out for eating the apple, you know, he goes in and you see it in a what's it called?
Flashback?
Yeah, flashback. Thank you. You see it in a flashback, and he just like walks in like on this council of gods who are ready to judge Eve and throw her out of paradise with a basket full of apples, biting them, spitting them on the floor, and just continuing to
and he just fucking throws the apple on the floor.
Disrespecting all the gods.
Like, he didn't even eat the whole apple. He'd take a bite, throw it on the floor,
Yeah.
spit it, and take another one.
He's like, fuck you, and the rest of you. Like, this dude gave absolutely no fucks. You messed with his wife, Eve, and he was ready to fight everybody.
You know, I think he gave, like, one of the best lines, which is why I regard this fight so highly. He gave one of the best lines out of the entire, like, first season. Because Zeus asks, like, why do you hate the gods so much? And literally, he just stands there and he's like, why does fucking everybody ask me this question? Why do I need a reason to protect my children? And just fucking that, like, I was like, yeah, that's it. that is the man right there.
Oh, dude, it's amazing. He uses brass knuckles. He uses knuckle dusters against Zeus.
Yeah.
And it is so crazy because he's just using his bare fists.
He's literally, like, fucking going hands with fucking gods.
Yeah. He could have chosen a gun if he wanted, a sword, a spear, any weapon you could think of. Like, no. I want to use these hands. Just give me knuckle dusters. And he's about to catch all these hands.
Yeah, oh, man. I especially love, I won't spoil it, but I love the end right there. Like, and then it's like, it's just so sad, but I love it.
The end is amazing. Seraph and the rest of you guys, if you have not seen this, it is on Netflix. I highly recommend it if you want to see, like, fight scenes. And especially if you want to see, like, historical figures going up against gods.
And just so you guys know, the animation is of the poorer quality at first. It's a lot of still shots and, like, smaller images type thing. But it does get better in the second season, which I love.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Just so you guys don't expect a lot out of the animation. Like, we're not expecting Demon Slayer type animation.
Yeah, like, no, I was just happy at all when it first got put into production, like, for Netflix. Like, all right, we're getting an adaptation.
Fuck yeah.
And when we were getting this, we hardly had, like, any chapters out. So I was worried about that as well, but no.
Yeah, we were very early on when this all got announced and everything.
Yeah. He says, I won't sub to them ever again. He won't sub to Netflix.
Hey, don't worry. You don't got to. You could just find the other legal sites and watch it.
I don't condone it, but if you have no other option, there are other sites.
I understand wanting to stick it to Netflix. I get it.
I don't like Netflix that much either.
I get it.
Let's move on.
Now...
This is one of yours.
You know...
And I do love this scene.
You know, it's just... It was so hard. You have All Might versus One for All, and just, like, you know, United States of Smash, and then you got fucking Kirishima and Fat Gum versus the... I forget their names, but I'll just refer to them as the Shield and the Spear. Like, and then you got the entire Class 1A versus Gigament. There were so many fights, and I just was like, I don't know which one to choose because they're all so good. Like even Deku versus Muscle Man was a very good one, and that like I was like that's a really good one. But I think this is the one when I think of My Hero, like this is what I think of right here.
Right.
It's like we have all this talk about, you know, you can't be a hero without powers and all that jazz, you know, and then it's like Deku doubting whether he should have been the one to receive a one for all.
Yep.
And then like you're wondering like why was Night Eye's best choice Lemillion? You know, we hadn't seen anything from him, and then we get him versus Overhaul while he's protecting Erina Chan. And I fucking love this so much. The music was great. It was very like sad and sorrow, and like he throws his cape over her and is like, I'm not gonna ever let you hurt her again, at the sacrifice of his own powers, you know. And then I like this, and then even at that, still continuing to fight and not get touched by Overhaul during this whole fucking sequence. And then just to say at the end, I may not have powers, but I'm still Lemillion. I loved it so much. It's so fucking hype.
Right?
Like, even now, I get the chills just talking about it.
Well, that's just because we're nerds, though.
Yeah, that's because we're nerds. Like, this is what when I think of superheroes, this is what I think of. And this is what I think My Hero does great. Even though the fandom can be a little much.
Oh, man, yeah. The fandom... It's one of the more toxic ones out there, especially the younger fans. It's not so much the older fans, but it's the younger Gen Z type of fans that we get in My Hero.
Yeah, and like, this is like the epitome of like what it takes to be a hero. And yeah, I may not have powers, but I can still be a hero. And you know, it kind of resolved that question, you know, of like what it means to be a hero, and it doesn't take powers. I'm like, even though Batman was the symbol of that, you know, before, this I think shows it much better too, because it's that sacrifice notion, willingly sacrificing what you have.
Yep. Oh no, for sure. It is definitely a great scene, but My Hero, just like you said, it does superheroes so well. It's not your run-of-the-mill like superhero storyline that you get sometimes with Marvel or DC. The ones that kind of feel generic.
You know, my main problem with like Marvel and DC right now is just we're too, what's the word I'm looking for? We're trying to appease everybody. We're trying to appease too many people, and we've forgotten to do the story. You know, and that's my main problem with Marvel and DC right now. We've forgotten the story, but we're trying to be so inclusive that we forgot the characters that we were, and which is why I think manga and anime are on the rise so much, because they're not trying to appease a generation or a group or a type of people.
Yeah.
We're building a story, and these are the characters.
Yeah. One of the main differences between U.S. artists and then mangaka from Japan is Japanese mangaka are like, this is my story. You can read it, you can watch it, you can like it, you can hate it, but this is my story. This is the way it is written. This is the way it's going to be. You're not going to change my mind about it, no matter how many petitions you sign, no matter how many times you cry about it. I don't care, because this is my work. As where when you go more to like U.S. artists, whether it be Hollywood or, you know, the comic book industry or whatever, like you see people break down constantly and give in to these demands, basically. Which sometimes is alright, but most of the time it's just people whining about the dumbest thing.
Like look at
no plot point.
I just like look at the state of Marvel right now. We're just trying. It's so inclusive that we've forgotten how to write this fucking movie and show. Like, don't get me wrong, I loved She-Hulk for the first few episodes, and then the finale just dropped it all and just said, "Fuck whatever you wanted," you know, and like fuck this, you know, fun show that we were doing just to be fun, you know, and just hate on our audience, because that's what we did. You hated on the audience, whether people liked it or didn't like it. You just hated on them for no reason. And it's like, and I'm one of the few people who are like, you know, you can hate She-Hulk for whatever, but it wasn't meant. It's meant to just be a fun show. It does have its problems, but it was meant to be fun.
Yeah.
And then they did that finale, and then it just became so hateful. And that's like kind of what the state of Marvel is and stuff like that. And like, which is why I loved Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and I just seen that recently.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't forget what it was. It's the Guardians story. It's not what everybody else wants the Guardians to be. It's the Guardians story.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so done so well. And like the main character wasn't even Peter Quill, Nebula. This was Rocket's story. You know, it was a rising of a story
Right.
for him, you know. And that's what I love like about the recent Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and what I love about the state of anime and manga right now. It's because like we don't give in to the peer pressure of the audience that we're trying to appease. We're just trying to make a story that I love and that I think other people would enjoy.
Mm-hmm. All right, so that was our 10, but I do have one more I would like to throw in there.
But we have to.
Oh yeah, for sure, and that is
The king of throwing hands.
Madara Uchiha.
I'm just saying, no powers and fist fight, this motherfucker's gonna kick some ass.
Oh yeah. Now there's a reason there's no verses with, another character from the Naruto verse. That is because this man single-handedly took out entire villages going after him. There were 7, 4, 5, however many villages. Every village got together, formed a union.
We literally created an army. Madara looked at this army. You saw a whole, like, these aren't just like, weak ass ninjas. These are full on like shinobi type people, and they're like jumping this motherfucker, and he just laughed,
throwing all kinds of powers and weapons at him. This guy's laughing in faces, punching people, throwing people around like
he didn't
ragdoll.
use any signs right away.
No.
He literally just threw fists.
Mm-hmm. Like this dude was bodying village after village. Not one person could touch him.
Like, literally, you're seeing the people throwing bomb kunai, him literally catching it, sticking on somebody else, and moving on to the next person.
So that's why, out of the many, like, great fights we get in the Naruto series and Naruto Shippuden series, this fight stands out because you have basically the world versus one man. One man who isn't technically fully alive at that.
As far as we're aware, not even fully powered at that moment.
Yeah. And this guy was just dropping bodies like flies, dude. Like he was like a kid. Sorry, not a kid. Wrong metaphor. He was like a bull in a china shop.
Yeah, but he was purposely wanting to take out that china.
Like he was purposely like breaking everything with the slightest of ease.
Like I love it, and I was like, for like the thumbnail, I was like, you just have to throw Madara. He's like, anybody in there? No, just Madara.
Yeah.
Who do we need to put in there? Just Madara.
Right? But no, this entire scene was great. This was almost the equivalent to Marvel movie fighting Thanos.
Oh, the whole Avengers fucking...
Yeah.
Where literally you have the three strongest heroes, Captain America, Iron Man, and Thor, facing one man, and literally that man bodying them throughout the entire fight.
Oh, yeah. The villain is always OP, dude.
So, Seraph, I see you put Escanor versus anyone, and there's only one reason why I can't add him to any of this list, is because I'm still disappointed with the animation that they did for the fights.
he's just mad about animation.
I'm so mad. Like the reason why I don't, like, again, there's a reason why I add these certain titles and fights to these lists, and I would love to put Escanor in any of those lists because I love Escanor. I even debated like getting the fucking lion tattoo somewhere just because I just love Escanor and his character so much. Because he is a badass.
Oh, for sure, dude.
Like, tell me another man who, like, literally everybody else cannot even walk towards our main villain. And he literally just slow steps it and is like, I hope you don't hold any resentment towards me. Don't want your sin working against you. Literally faced it, like, not even like an inch away. He could literally kiss the motherfucker and is just right there. Just like... Let's fucking fight.
Oh, dude. Escanor has to probably be one of my favorite of the 7 deadly sins.
Exactly. He's such a great character. I love everything about him. but it's hard to put him on a list of an anime fights when the animation is pretty poor.
I know Seraph loves Seven Deadly Sins, but it could have been so much better if we had like Studio Mappa or literally any other of the big studios just take a handle.
Or
Bones, David Productions or David Studios, whichever one, whatever it's called. Like any one of these.
Fucking Ghibli could have done a better job.
And it would have been top tier. The reason it's not top tier, it's still good, but the reason it's not top tier is purely because of the animation, because of the studio, because they just gave up.
They gave up so hard. And
that
it was
season
right before
wasn't
Escanor,
bad.
too.
Yeah.
Like, it's so disappointing. Like, even like when he's facing Gother, like, the steel frames were just atrocious. Mm-hmm. Like, come on. You couldn't do a little something with that.
Right.
It's a 2-second fight, but you couldn't do anything with it. And then, like, when he's facing Estroza, that's the character.
Yeah.
I fucking knew I was going to get it eventually. When he's facing Estroza, like, again, they didn't pace out the fight. They rushed through the lines. They could have had this epic moment where he's building up the sun, and all like this epic moment where he's tossing and throwing him around, and literally still frame, rushed the lines, didn't do anything.
Mm-hmm. I do love his banter though.
Again, there is nothing more badass than that motherfucking fucker walking up to Estroza and talking shit the entire time. Not to mention Estroza literally sending his attack back at Escanor, and Escanor goes, "Huh, that's how my punch feels." Literally, who the hell fucking says that
Right?
shit? No wonder it hurt, because it was me. I did it.
So prideful. Well, that's what you get with the Lion's Son of Pride.
Yeah. And then literally for him 2 seconds to be like, I have magic, and just fucking pulls that shit out.
Oh man, speaking of, I loved Bon. Just any fight Bon had, especially when he first goes up to
Because I mean,
I forget that demon.
When you're fucking immortal, who's gonna do anything to you?
Right? What do you got to be worried about? Even his head being completely severed and just blown the hell up did not stop him. Like 2 seconds later, he was already up.
Like literally, one of the demons literally cut off his whole upper half, and he was just like back. He's like, anyways,
Like you thought, but you were wrong.
Like there was only one demon who almost got the job done, and that's literally because she was gonna steal his soul, and that was the only way.
Oh my god, dude.
I fucking love Escanor. With all my whole heart, I love Escanor. I love everything about him. I loved him in the manga. I just think the anime did him so fucking dirty.
The anime did everyone dirty. It did the entire story dirty, dude.
You can't sit there and tell me that you loved Escanor versus Meliodas fight. Because you know that didn't get you hyped up as much as it should have.
Yep. Oh, man. But, alright, I think we're going to end it there.
And hopefully, like, our internet's better. I'm sure it's because of the storms.
Yeah.
And I apologize to anybody who's getting a big-ass delay or choppiness.
We are sorry, guys. We have had a couple technical difficulties today.
And today is just that day.
I'm telling you, dude. We've only been gone a week, and it's like we forgot everything.
Hey,
Freaking camera started acting up right before we went live, even though it was working perfectly just before we hit that live button.
we tested the mic, the camera, got the lighting set up. We're just like, yeah, this is all perfect. Like I got here early just to make sure it was all good, and only to still somehow fuck it up.
Dude, I cannot believe we had that many problems just 1 week. Just 1 week is all that passed in between our last episode, and we had that many problems.
Just shows how much we how much we get shit done here. Oh yeah, don't forget the camera was also upside down for me.
Yep, we even had it upside down. I cannot believe it.
We're professionals.
Can't you tell? But anyway, guys, anyway, there it is. I knew I was gonna mess up at some point.
Hey, at least we haven't like fucked up compared to like last week. We were killing it not last week, but the week before.
Yeah.
Man, we were killing it that day.
Yeah. Seraph, anyways, good show, guys. Well, I appreciate the support. We appreciate y'all guys watching. We know we have our faithful watchers every week, except for the week we weren't here. But we really do appreciate you guys. We really do love sitting down and chatting with all of you. Never be afraid to comment. You know, just talk with us if you want to talk. You got something to say, let us know.
Yeah, and also if there is something you would like us to talk about, or if you really just want us to do a deep dive on an anime season, let us know. We'll make a whole episode about it and get sidetracked with it too.
Oh yeah, for sure. Sarah says, sorry I'm the only guy talking this week. Absolutely no problem, dude. I love talking. Doesn't matter if it's you, 100 people, 1,000 people.
I'm sure it has a lot to do with the graduations going on all around these months.
That is true. Plus, our stream was shoddy at the beginning for whatever reason.
Yeah,
weather related, I guess.
Oh, no doubt. So I'm sure a lot of good job to all the class of 2023 people.
Yep. Congratulations, guys.
Hope you guys move on to bigger and better things. Whether you go to college or don't go to college, you don't hardly need it anymore.
Yeah. I mean, all you really need is anime in your life.
100%.
That's all I have in my life, and I'm doing great. I got a show. Do you? No, in all seriousness, guys, congratulations. And even if you didn't go to college, like I didn't go to college, just do what you love is the most important thing.
I always say you're gonna find your calling and find something you guys like to do. And I certainly didn't think I'd be doing what I'm doing, but I love doing what I do. Mm-hmm. It's easy and convenient for me, and I know that it works for me. Always find something that works for you, even in the worst of situations.
Mm-hmm. For sure. But with that, we are going to leave you for the day, guys. We love y'all. Once again, big shout out to Blood by Design for our intro and outro music. And we will see you next time.
See ya.
the final breath I curse your name. But Thaddeus, the slow I have been slain.